Next thing, what do the people eat? Now, in the previous two questions, I asked first of all what the heck Pokemon eat, and then second if there's anything else in the world that's not a Pokemon. But then this makes me ask, what do the people eat? Because obviously the people can't just eat things like rice and bread and cheese because you die. Your body needs more than that. You need all the amino acids, you need all the nutrients. So then when we account for the fact that there are fruit trees and there are berries and all this other nonsense, we still have to ask ourselves, where's the meat coming from? You know, they're not just going to eat tofu. And I know that if I lived in Pokemon Universe, I'm not just going to eat tofu. They're going to eat some kind of animal. Do they eat Miltank? Do they eat Pidgey? You know, is there livestock they have to protect from other Pokemon that they're also eating? Um, you know, this is very confusing. Finally, or not finally, but next, how do wild Pokemon interact with each other? Now, I don't know if you've ever watched this, but most animals in the wild don't attack each other unless they're, gonna eat each other or they're fighting for territory. Now, in the Pokemon TV show, we watched a bunch of Scyther fight each other for territory, so that clearly shows that there's some sort of alpha structure there. And as I've discussed previously in this speech, Pokemon prey on other Pokemon, but there's a gap there, and I'm not really certain how that works. But, do Pokemon, are they friends in the wild? Are there herds of these things that just sort of run around? Do they fight each other in the wild like they do for people? I mean, once we take them, do they suddenly become homicidal towards their own kind? How does all this work? Pokemon death. There's another issue that needs to come up. In the TV show, when Ash gets his Charmander, it's on death's doorstep, and he has to get it to a Pokemon Center and heal it. Also, in Lavender Town, the Pokemon Tower is the tower where all the dead Pokemon go. So, clearly Pokemon can die. I'm just not certain how they do. If they get too severely poisoned, will they die? If something bites a Nidoking, does the poison sink into its mouth? If a Weedle stabs you with its poison stinger, will you begin to die? Do Pokemon die of old age? Is it like dog years or cat years? Is that how long Pokemon live? And then stuff like Cubone, who's the skull on its head. I just found this out. The skull on Cubone's head is actually the skull of its mother. So, when you've got Pokemon breeding in eggs, so does a Marowak lay an egg and then die, and then when the egg hatches, something without a skull comes out, it kicks the skull out like the Predator, and then... Come on. Alright, the next, why only 4 attacks? I understand as a game mechanic it probably makes it so that we have to choose things more and be a little bit more strategic, but it's ass. I mean, in the TV show, they make it look like things like Tackle and Slam and Karate Chop and all those other things, any Pokemon with arms and legs can do those. Now, I'll grant that some things should not be breathing fire or making a large ice storm or zapping things with lightning bolts, but there should be some sort of tree or something, or a Pokemon should have some long list of moves to choose from. They shouldn't just be limited to the 4 things that apparently their goldfish memories can only wrap their minds around. And next, the limits of exploration. Trees shouldn't be a barrier. Neither should mountains or water or anything else, and frankly, I'm always pissed off that I only have one continent to explore. Now, I don't know about you, but I have a couple of extra Pokemon things from my childhood. I still read through them because I'm still a giant geek, but they're things that tell me about the Pokemon. In one of them, I read about Tyranitar, a personal favorite of mine, that says that it can actually level mountains and change the geography of a place. It's so powerful. If I have one of these, why the hell can't I just knock the trees out of the way and move through the forest? I mean, are these trees like super stone trees that are made of adamantium or something? I know you're trying to make the gameplay more linear, but the world would be so much more exciting if, first of all, these super Pokemon were as super as you tell me they are, and second, I could actually run around the world and enjoy it. Next, do Pokemon attack people? There are a couple episodes in the show where herds, or not herds, but flocks of things like Pidgeys or Sparrows attack Ash, and there's the one with all the ancient fossil Pokemon that come back to life that then attack people. But if Pokemon are going to attack people, I don't know about you, but I don't take a fireball to the face very well. I mean, if something wants to come after me, like a Croconaw, for instance, were to jump out of the water and take my arm off, we have a problem. And if I have one of them with me, can it talk to its friends? Do I get some kind of Pokemon empathy power? I just gotta wonder, how safe is it to be a human being and to wander around in this universe? Because at the start of the games, they always say, don't wander around in the wild grass without a Pokemon. So that only leads me to believe, if I come across one of these Pokemon that can take out trees, or like a Skarmory with razor sharp wings, is it gonna come down and cut me to pieces if I don't have something with me? We have a problem here.